Yeah, I guess. How do you know that we're not already inside a machine?
Yeah, well, no, let's not talk about that because it's scary.
The question any platform is going to ask is, what's the hook?
First of all, thank you very much for your time and congratulations with this season. I think it's amazing. So I would like to start by saying that Black Mirror is terrifying. And with this new season, the scariest concept, I think, is calling or describing a simulation as soul, thinking that in the future, technology will be so attached to us that a soul will no longer be a spiritual or immaterial part of a living being, but a simulation, like my avatar is my soul. So Charlie, can you talk more about this concept?
Do I think the human soul can be replicated inside a machine is what you're asking me? No, I don't. Not particularly. I think that there's... No, I don't. I think that we're sort of messier, smellier, squelchier, sort of more fallible and weirder and gnarlier than a machine could actually replicate. But it's a fun idea to sort of knock around the park and think about, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a scary thought, isn't it? You could end up on a USB stick.
Yeah, or it's different, if we can't do that, or how we understand that our soul can be that simulation, right? It's different.
Yeah, I guess. How do you know that we're not already inside a machine?
Yeah, well, no, let's not talk about that because it's scary. So, Jessica, do you think that every aspect of our lives, it doesn't matter if you are an ordinary people, if you are a celebrity, if you are famous, it doesn't matter, can become content? And I'm asking this because of Johnny Soffel and Luck Henry. Why do we transform tragedies into entertainment, no matter the consequences, and how fiction is so crucial in people's life that it affects reality more than ever?
Yeah, I think your question also relates a little to Maisie too, this kind of obsessing with celebrities, as you said, normal people. I think it goes to the core of and this sounds a little simple, but I think that there's a good side to it as well as a bad. I think we yearn to relate to other people. We yearn to connect with other people. And so sometimes just the good wish fulfillment-y kind of romantic comedy side of it taps out, and the dark, twisted, worst-case scenario side, kind of kicks in. And I think those are the two sides of the coin. So I think whether it's celebrities or whether it's real people, the most horrifying parts of our nature, the most terrifying worst-case scenarios are fascinating.
Yeah, and talking about our nature, another thing that I love about Black Mirror is the central idea, at least in this season, that we don't born evil, but we all are corruptible. We don't hate a person because of their skin color, but we are thought to hate that part of that person. But those things, I think, are part of human. It's my body, it's human condition. But do you think that technological elements, such a mechanical image or a replica from someone in space, those are still human elements, and we are going to hate that part of ourselves in the future?
I think that certainly a lot of what the show generally is often about is about what's authentic and how can, and you're right in that it's more about human nature than it is about saying technology in and of itself is evil. I don't think the show says that. It says that humans are fallible and clumsy and sort of make mistakes. The thing that scares me more is the use of the rise of misinformation and the thought that that's because if people are misinformed and scared, that's when people are really scary, and that's a thing you can see sort of coming, and that I find terrifying.
In every Black Mirror episode since season 1, you imagine a dystopian technological scenario, but as you are saying, the base of every story is human emotions, relationships, and how we react when we feel pain, loss, fear, love, etc. So I know it's an anthology, but is there a common thread for you when writing the episodes and creating the show? as in something that you have in mind all the time?
Not specifically one thing. No, I think it's, and again, because the styles of the stories are so different, deliberately, part really selfishly, what it is I hope this is interesting for me. That's my predominant thought going in, and that's why. So certainly this season there's an attempt to slightly mix it up, and so some of our episodes are set in the past. Some of them's got like different tone, like there's a couple that are quite horror related, to almost different genres. So really, it's about, that's my predominant thought, unfortunately, selfishly, is I hope I'm going to enjoy this. Here we go. That's my thought going in.
So thank you very much for your time. And again,
can I ask which was your favorite out of this season, if you have?
In this season, I think Beyond the Sea is the most complex, with that idea that I'm not a bad person, but something can happen, a tragedy, that I transform myself into something that I don't believe I am, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter with the technology, but with the human condition and the context and all that kind of thing. So I think that's a great episode. All the show, all the season, but I love that episode. So thank you.
It's all anyone can talk about.